This activity is a chunking activity. The goal of this activity is to help kids who are very non-fluent readers become more fluent. So if I took one of my students who was really struggling with fluency and I asked him to read this passage, he might read like this. Yesterday I went running with some friends at first, etc. We call that robot reading. One word at a time. Sounds like a robot. So what we want to do is structure our activities so that they start to read in natural phrases. But if I asked that struggling reader to read this in natural phrases, he would not be able to do it because he's still really reading one word at a time. So this activity helps scaffold him from one word to 2 words to 3 words to 4 words to natural phrases. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to have him underline phrases. I'm going to do it in red. And I'm going to ask him to underline phrases as he reads. I know he can't read a whole phrase fluently yet, so I'm going to ask him to phrase 2 words together at a time. However, there are some rules. Wherever there's punctuation, I have to stop. And if I can't phrase 2 words together, if the word's just too hard for me to read, then I can do 1 word, but I want to try and do 2. So let me give you an example. So I would have the student underline the words, and I would actually have them use, on paper or pencil, I'd have them use a highlighter for this. And they have to stop at punctuation. So the first word would be yesterday. There's punctuation. I went running with some friends. Punctuation. At first, I was tired, comma, but then I started to get some energy. So you can see, even when they're only chunking 2 words together, it already starts to sound more like real reading. So now, once they get good at reading 2 words together, then I'm going to ask them to read 3. Again, though, the rules still apply, so they have to stop at punctuation. So let's see 3. Yesterday, I went running with some friends. At first, I was tired, but then I started to get some energy. And again, you can see as they chunk more words together into a phrase, it starts to sound more like natural reading. The next step would be to go to maybe 4 words and then have them start thinking about where do the breaks make sense. And you can, as they get into harder text, you can scaffold this with the harder text too.